Okay, welcome back. So let's go straight across to what we promised before we took that break, which is what happens as far as Bharti Airtel is concerned. It's been a consensus overweight stock for institutional investors, and it's also turned out to be a big disappointment for them over the past so many months. People have been betting that, well, things will start to turn, but it has not. Naveen Kulkani of Axis and Nitin Soni of Fitch are joining us to tell us what should you do and what do prospects look like for the company. Naveen, to you first, and we have limited time, so requesting both of you to keep your answers brief. Naveen, how do valuations in Bharti look vis-a-vis prospects for it from here on?
Yeah, at current juncture, of course, the valuations look quite reasonable. And the prospects, of course, are very, very strong. So it's pretty much a three-player market right now. And at the end of the day, ARPUs are meant to go up, whether they go up 3 months from now or 6 months from now. ARPUs are meant to go up, cash flows are meant to improve. So from both from a valuation perspective as well as from long-term prospects perspective, Bharti appears very, very attractive at these levels.
Some Naveen read what Jio announced recently as sort of going in the entire ARPUs will go up eventually. That argument may not hold water. Things may be going in the opposite direction. Do you agree with that? Do you look at what Jio has done in terms of the new postpaid plans, etc. as that, or you think, well, that thesis of ARPUs going up is intact?
See, the thesis of ARPUs going up is quite intact. The reason being simply because of the product nature and the kind of ARPUs that people are paying. So the value which is offered to the end customers is much, much higher than what the customers are paying. That is one aspect. Second is when we're talking about postpaid, the new plans which have been introduced, this is pretty much a premiumization strategy across the market, right? So one, if looks at it from a premiumization strategy, from a long-term perspective, ARPUs will go up for the industry across the board, right? That's the way to look at it. More importantly, postpaid as a subscriber base is an extremely sticky subscriber base, right? And that's what history has told us. We have seen much worse price wars in the market, and even then the postpaid subscriber base had withstood the test of time, right, across various market cycles. So from that perspective, I believe the premium for postpaid will continue, and from that perspective, we even see the ARPUs going up across the board, even for prepaid subscribers. So that's in a nutshell would be what my argument would be for the ARPUs for the industry to move up.
Nitin, morning. This is Rima here. How does a delay in the expected tariff hike hurt the financials of Bharti? Because a company like Bharti also has AGR payouts that it needs to do in the next 10 years.
Yeah, thanks Rima for having me on the show. So I actually agree with Naveen on this. There is a view, we also have a view that ARPUs are going to get higher in the near future or in the medium term. And the Jio's postpaid plans is actually a ploy to lure customers to upgrade themselves to the postpaid plans and pay higher. If you see, Jio already had those plans on the prepaid tariff structure. So you can already have a prepaid SIM card, and then on top of it, you can do a top-up of unlimited Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hotstar. What they have done is they have combined these two prepaid tariff into one postpaid plan for 399 rupees. It is a compelling plan, there's no doubt about it, but I doubt it will actually lead to a major churn from Bharti and Vodafone Idea. Given historically what we have seen is that even though Vodafone Idea has lost about 120 plus million customers since the two entities merged, the postpaid subscriber base, which Vodafone Idea has about 21 to 22 million subscribers, and Bharti with about 15 million subscribers, they have not really moved to Jio. So yeah, I agree that postpaid customers are really very sticky, and a large portion of these postpaid customers are actually corporate customers where employers pay the bill for the employees. So they are really sticky, and it would be really surprising for me to see those actually moving to Jio's network. I think what's going to happen is that Jio will actually be able to upgrade some of their prepaid customers to postpaid by providing a simple and much compelling offer with 3 platforms across the board with unlimited data speeds on these new plans. On the tariff hike, I think it's a matter of time now. We believe that tariff hike will happen in the next 6 to 12 months, and it will most likely be triggered by Vodafone Idea, given they are in the market to raise 25,000 crore, and they would probably need to also demonstrate to their lenders and equity investors that they are going to increase tariff and repair their balance sheet if they were to survive in this market. So, and we believe that Bharti would welcome that kind of tariff hike. We will see what Jio will have a strategy, whether they would also increase tariff along with Bharti and Vodafone Idea at that point of time or not.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, we've completely run out of time, but we get the gist, that prepaid, postpaid customers of Bharti and Vodafone Idea are likely to remain sticky, so there is less chance of a market share loss to Reliance Jio. And according to Naveen, Bharti is looking very attractive at these levels. We'll slip into a very short break. We'll come back with more on the markets.